Good afternoon, everybody. It's Stephen Paul from WinExtra bringing you your daily brief for March the 10th, 2011, and hopefully this won't be an abbreviated show. But before we get started, what the hell is Status Shuffle, and why has it got you pissed off?
Status Shuffle. Okay, dude, seriously. Bit of background, right? I follow people because I want to follow them, whether it's on Facebook or Twitter, okay?
Well, isn't that the way it's supposed to be?
Yeah, but I want to follow them, right? If they share something from other sites, that's awesome. Because, you know, if you share something, well, you're obviously interested in it, so that lets me know a little something about you, okay?
Yeah.
I want to know, you know, your updates, your thoughts, your shares. Even if it's just inane babble, at least it's you, right?
Yeah.
Status Shuffle is a Facebook app that I'm now seeing pop up in Twitter updates as well, that people can go to that has like pre-done, thousands and thousands of pre-done status updates. So you can just select one and click it and it goes out as your status update. Because you're too fecking lazy to write 140 characters, because you lack the imagination and the intelligence to craft a 140 character update all of your own sum. So yeah, that kind of got me annoyed, and I wrote a post about it today on my blog. And it's just basically, look, I want to follow you. Alright? The defining message is, if you have nothing to say, say nothing. Keep your trap shut. It's okay not to update every few hours. It's okay not to update for a few days. We'll still be here when you come back.
I've gone days without posting anything to Twitter. Days!
Yeah, well, I'm sort of, you know, I share everything, right? I share what I do, I share cool stuff that I come across. I'm just one of those people that shares and shares and shares.
You're
right?
just a sharing type of guy.
As I said in my post, you know, I suffer from verbal diarrhea, but at least it's my diarrhea that I'm spreading around the place. I'm not shoveling somebody else's shit, you know? I'm trying to pass it off as my own. And I just really think that people, folks, 140 characters isn't very long. If you can't think in 140 characters, there's something wrong with you. Do you remember when we were like all, you know, when we were all blogging, writing full form posts, and we said that, you know, if things carry on this way, the day will come when people won't even be able to write in 140 characters. They won't be able to think in anything more than 140 characters. Well, now there's services because people can't even manage that. And it's depressing.
Anyway, okay. One of the things missing from yesterday's show was
How's that for a segue? Just ramble and then just ignore them, like you said.
Yeah. Just go away. We had some feedback yesterday regarding our story about the March the 15th mystery announcement from Microsoft.
Yeah, which is not to be confused with the March 14th announcement, which is IE9 and Bing related.
Yeah. But anyway, Steve from Goodyear, Arizona, not Litchfield Park.
Now, to clarify why it's not Litchfield Park, the last time Steve messaged us via Google Voice, he didn't tell us where he was from. We guessed it was Litchfield Park because that's what Google Voice told us. So it's not our fault, Steve.
Yeah. So anyway, he says, could the upcoming Microsoft be an announcement of the Microsoft Phone 7? Doubtful, even though it would be nice. Or possibly the official announcement of merging all marketplaces, i.e. Zune, Xbox, etc., into one Windows marketplace, which would be better for both the company and the consumer. Just an FYI, love the show, you guys.
Yeah, and Chris Lindharson, who got back to us via Twitter, came back and said that although it would go against everything that's been reported, how about a Zune HD2 or portable Xbox with Windows Phone 7 OS? I'm doubtful as well, but we have heard rumors off and on about it for a while, and Microsoft has a next-gen OS, Windows Phone 7, ready with apps. which would in theory put it on par with an iPod Touch and would expand their base of users to game developers for Windows Phone 7 OS. But alas, maybe it'll be the launch of Bing's HTML5 service, or it could be something cloud enterprise service, who knows. If we look back, they did just start selling Zune HDs in Canada, and some cynical people are saying it's the dumb stock of them. And if Microsoft has any intentions of continuing Zune hardware, which I doubt, it would allow them to go down to one mobile OS. Well, both Steve and Chris sort of touched on the Zune idea.
Mm-hmm.
That's not going to happen. We know Microsoft has come out and said, look, there's going to be no dedicated Zune player, okay? But what we will probably see is, as they said, the iPod Touch version, Windows Phone 7 iPod Touch, whatever you want to call it, the Windows Touch or the 7 Touch. Sounds kind of kinky. But will we see that on the 15th? No, because we would have heard rumors about that, and I suspect they'll wait until after Mango for an announcement like that. What else did the guys touch on? Portable Xbox, not likely.
The unified Windows Marketplace, I don't see happening. Or we would have, like you said...
It's a wonderful idea, and I would say it will come eventually. I'd like to see that come eventually, but it's one of those things that is too big for us not to have heard rumors about by now. Same with a portable Xbox. The Bing stuff we already know is probably going to be covered on the 14th, along with the launch of IE9. So what does that leave us with? Enterprise stuff? Isn't there an announcement for Enterprise scheduled for like the 19th?
I don't know.
Early next month or something?
No idea.
So really, we're sort of left still confused. And you know what, folks? If you have any further thoughts on what may be being announced on the 15th, maybe help us with our sort of blank stares when it comes to this, you know, email us, podcast@winextra.com, or drop us a voicemail or text message to 251-281-8730. Lines are open 24 hours for your text and voicemails. Or do as Chris did, hit us up on Twitter @WinExtra, or anywhere that you've watched this, you can probably leave a comment.
Now, let's just get this one out of the way and just mention it and drop it. Apparently, this came via Microsoft Answers website from an employee of Microsoft. March 7th was confirmed as a missed deadline for AT&T Windows Phone 7 No-Do update.
You're surprised? I thought January 7th was a missed deadline.
Like I said, we've done our duty and reported it. Let's leave it alone. We've already talked this one to death. What?
You have to do duty?
No, I'm not talking Call of Duty. Anyway,
dude, did you know that, speaking of which, we don't have it in the show notes, but you just brought it to my mind. Next week, I believe it's next week, the new Defiant map pack for Halo Reach, Xbox.
Xbox News. This must be Xbox News Day, because Mary Jo Foley has a post up. Microsoft, Xbox, and Media Room IPTV to meet in something called Orapa.
Yeah, it's a city in Botswana.
Oh, okay.
I didn't know that off the top of my head. It's in the show notes.
Oh, yeah, there it is. Yeah, okay, yeah. Yeah, okay.
So what is this meeting supposed to be about, Hudson?
It's basically, from what I'm understanding, it's TV on your Xbox, is what it's going to boil down to.
IPTV.
Yeah. Something that Microsoft has been working on for years. Like, let's go back to Web TV.
So, kind of like ESPN that we currently have on Xbox and Netflix. Well, okay, they're on-demand services. So are we talking about like an IPTV channel? You see, I don't see Microsoft getting into the channels business. I don't see that.
Okay.
I see them offering on-demand. I don't see channels.
Orapa in development now is going to be a combination of Xbox Live and Microsoft's Media Room IPT, from what I'm hearing. It would give Microsoft a way to turn TV sets into a service that could deliver to Xbox customers first and Windows Phone and set-top box customers later. Oracle will be a mashup of media room features, Xbox Live social features, Kinect sensing capabilities, and some of the forthcoming Ventura music video services.
Okay, so it's video on demand with social features.
Yes.
Bing!
Bing! And we don't mean the
That's
search
our
engine.
bing plug for today.
Major Nelson has Xbox Live Lab announcement. Apparently what they're doing is, and this is strictly for the US for right now, and it'll be running from March 10th to 27th, and it is for the purpose of testing and improving the service. You can opt into it, and you get a really cool, crazy hairdo and lab coat for your avatar.
Okay, so let me read this just right now out of Major Nelson's post. Xbox Live Labs runs from March 10th to the 27th and is open to all Xbox Live members running in the United States. You will not be able to participate in other Xbox Live activities such as gaming, watching movies and downloading music while running Xbox Live Labs. And your internet connectivity may be slower than usual. Sound good? Sign into Xbox Live and head over to the... What on earth? Why? Why would you go do this thing for 17... Alright, I'm obviously missing something here, or he's not explaining something very well. Okay, but why would you go do this?
I don't know.
And not be able to use your Xbox while your Xbox chews up your bandwidth just to get, like, a hairdo and a lab coat? Yeah, that's my ear do.
Yeah.
Hairdo.
Yeah, okay.
I don't do bunnies.
Anyway, on to something more important. If you're
Can
next
somebody please ring in and let us know what exactly is the story with that Xbox Live Labs thing, and what you're supposed to be doing for those 17 days or the time that you're actually involved in it. 251-281-8730. Let us know, please, folks,
Yes.
please.
Hackers apparently have cost Microsoft $1.2 million with an Xbox Live Microsoft Points code generator.
Yeah, no, seriously? Okay, what has happened here is that, basically you can, like anything else, there's a formula behind these things, is my understanding, okay? The codes that are used for Xbox Live codes and that sort of stuff, so you can get your Microsoft Points, which is the virtual currency. So instead of paying $10, you pay 400 points, or whatever the case may be. Now, obviously, they have a way of validating these, like they have a way of validating credit card numbers, and they have a way of, keys on software and that sort of stuff. So, but anyway, somebody apparently figured it out and created my video just went all crappy, didn't it? And created some sort of a code generator, which was posted, and people started to use it. And, I'm looking at reports from places like WinRumors and stuff, and, people have postings up, just got 3,000 Microsoft points. And somebody else said he built a bot for it, and he got 380,000 Microsoft points. And somebody else, 10,000 points. And just to put it in perspective, 80 points is equal to about $1. Okay? So they estimate that, Microsoft has lost anywhere between $1.5 and $3.2 million. You know what? This is virtual currency. Microsoft ain't lost squat, and here's why, right? Microsoft, all they have to do is a quick search through the database of Xbox Live users to see who has added an inordinate amount of points in the past 48 hours, more than anybody would normally spend money on, and ban their accounts.
Yeah.
Delete them, remove the points.
Yeah.
And... yeah, there'll be one or two people along the way that didn't, that maybe. But seriously, you go out and you buy a card. A card is for 1,600 points, okay?
Yeah.
And these cards are verified in store, and then they go by purchase and number, etc. And you have to put the number into the Xbox, so it'll be easy to see which, a month from now, which cards were actually purchased and sold in a store, etc., etc. these people have more than likely just got their arses banned from Xbox Live. It hasn't cost Microsoft anything. It sounds good to say they have right now, but seriously, Microsoft can do one of either two things right now. They can either let people keep the points and just say, you know what, our bad. But seriously, they're not going to do that.
No.
We've seen Microsoft is very good and very proactive about kicking out the hacker community, people who, violate the terms and conditions of Xbox Live. So these people, it's only a matter of time. People, and your accounts will probably be all right.
Now, this last story, it's been going all over the place. It's concerning HP adding WebOS to Windows PCs. Now, I want to make one thing perfectly clear. This is not a dual boot. This is nothing more than WebOS being inserted as the shell for Windows 7. Okay? This is not...
Can I ask a question? Where are people getting the idea that this is dual boot?
I don't know where they're getting it. All I know is I've read reports.
I haven't seen any references to that, and I could kind of understand if it was a laptop that they had. Do you remember back in the day when we did have those? I still do, to some respect, laptops that just you could boot into this very minimalist shell, or go into Windows, but you could really do nothing in the minimalist shell except maybe check your email, briefly surf the web, and that I could understand dual booting with Windows. But my understanding of what WebOS on the PC is that it's either a shell that sits on top of Windows, i.e., a replacement for Explorer, or it is just a framework that runs inside Windows. So you have Explorer, but you can run all the WebOS widgets and apps like Confabulator did back in the day.
Yeah, see, the thing is, we've had this before. You can go GeoShell, you can go Lightstep, you can, any number of shells that have been out there for Windows from, 95 on?
Yeah.
Okay? This is nothing new, people. Nothing new at all.
Sort of widgets, which are... You see, and here's the thing. People hear widgets, right? But what are widgets? Widgets are apps. It's just that nobody bothered to build them beyond into anything useful. Okay?
Yeah.
I mean, we've been down this road many times.
Yes.
And I can understand, okay, maybe HP has a point. We come out with tablets that have our own OS, and they'll have... our widgets and stuff will run on them, our apps will run on them, and we'll have them on a phone or whatever. And then they'll also run on your Windows desktop. Well, again, we've been there before.
Yeah.
I'm finding it very hard to get excited or to see how this eats into Microsoft in any way, shape, or form.
It doesn't.
If anything, it's good for Microsoft, because here's the thing, right? If HP do this, which they are, okay? I suppose the ultimate goal would be, maybe somebody's going to speculate that, ultimately HP will eventually launch their own full desktop OS and people will just migrate. People aren't going to migrate for a handful of freaking apps.
No.
Okay? If it's built on Windows 7, people are going to expect all that functionality, everything that runs in Windows 7 they will want when they go to HP OS, because that's what HP OS gave them. WebOS gave them first.
Yep.
That's taken away. People are just going to go, why?
Yep.
Bother.
Exactly. Anyway, that's the show for today, folks. If you've got any comments about what we said, you can leave them on the show, or you can leave them on YouTube/WinExtra, or you can email us at podcast@winextra.com, or you can leave us a message at
251-281-8730. You have to learn this number, Hudson.
Anyway, folks, this has been Stephen and Paul for WinExtra, bringing you your daily brief for March the 10th, 2011. Have a good day, and we'll see you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow, folks.